Welcome in, welcome in. Back with some more disco. The game is being very fucking loud right now, and I don't know why. Give me a second. Give me one more second. This is annoyingly loud. Okay, this is why it's loud for me. Give me a second. One more second. There we go. Oh my god. And then Streamlabs. Only took you 1,000+ years to stream. Not in the mood for your ribbing at the moment, but welcome in, shitter. There we go. There's my cursor. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, buddy. Still feels so loud in my fucking ear holes. Okay, well, the music is mostly what's killing my brain right now. We're just gonna hop into it. Had a long day. Day started off all right. Woke up at a relatively normal time. Played a bunch of League. Got absolutely shit on every game and got really frustrated the whole time. And then now car issues right before stream loaded up. So, you know, it is what it is. Life goes on. I'm gonna play through a game where the main character has a worse life than I do, though. So hopefully I'll be able to feel better about mine by the end of this stream. Maybe we'll find out. Behind the greenhouse in the yard, a basement door. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. I was not having a bad day because of my nighttime decisions from that night. Those coins? Give me coins. Whew. Woo, we got money. You just call someone a saffron pick? What a dickhead. That guy really is a fat racist lorry driver. What a scumbag. I have to go... I have to go around, I think? To get to the greenhouse, I'm pretty sure. No more 2-day benders. Fair.
Whoa. What have a bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind? A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Okay. Off to a good start. Oh, brother. What is this? Is there a painting on here that I haven't seen?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Is my... Does it just do that if it's... Why did it do that? Weird. We'll try this again. We'll try it.
No clue. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Okay. Oh, money and drugs. Our favorite. Welcome in, Kelly. We got a... Is it behind the greenhouse? So is it this door?
Must be another way into the building.
Why does he do that? Why does he echo like that?
It's been a week and now they show up?
Okay, bud. Watch your mouth, alright? I'm here. Okay, we're chilling. No need to get snippy.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles
I
the
think we
sound.
already tried to knock on this
No
apartment.
response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in.
Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we're undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
I was just watching the US presidents play Magic the Gathering. Nice. AI funny content is sometimes a
Apparently,
good time.
working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Evrart, that's also an option?
Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Donald Trump made a wall-themed deck. Pretty fitting, thematically appropriate for him, it sounds like. So we could... Okay, but if we lie to him... If we lie to him... We're gonna... Okay. Based on our current, like, I'm not trying to, you know, play this like a legit RPG. I am gonna try and, like... I feel like the best thing to do is to lie to him, but... I have a bad feeling I'm gonna fucking die if I lie to him. Can't rotate the camera. Don't look at the wall again. Started the stream late? I did. I had car issues. Oh, brother. Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not like the car doesn't work. Welcome in, Victor. It works. It's just there's something wrong with it that'll need to get fixed at some point. I was trying to see, just messing with it to see if I could fix it, but it didn't. It did not work. Could not fix it. He had Black Lotus. Fair. I don't like that it constantly zooms me in. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Nothing really up here except flavor text, so we're just gonna keep moving. Oh, okay. I really hope I don't get another fucking constitution check if I sit down in that fucking chair.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? You're a wild one, Harry.
Failed to hide your panic? Okay. I pat So what happened is I'm coming back to lie to this guy.
You didn't say it with nearly
Oh
enough
my
confidence.
god,
Be
man.
it far from me to ever question your integrity, Harry, but you must have opened the wrong door. Next time, please be certain you get the right one. You see, Harry, it only benefits me if you open the right door. If you open the wrong door, then it makes things harder for me, because now you're scaring random people in my district.
Oh,
I don't want them to
fuck
be scared.
you, buddy.
I want them to think, wow, I feel so safe. I like Everard. I only want weasels to be scared.
I hate this
The
guy.
lieutenant shrugs.
See you soon.
Ah, fuck. Harry, you unconfident goober. Alright, well, we're gonna go scare a weasel, I guess. Fuck. Hmm. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. I really don't want to help this fucking goober out. Oh, let's go. Let's boogie. Let's get this fucking... Let's go get this weasel. Let's go be morally or ethically reprehensible. This is ass.
The door to the weasel. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully no one heard. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
Could always use more magnesium. Fuck me. Alright. It's a very small apartment. Book titled The Hidden World of Walking Stick lies open. Also feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What is a sevenfold sun
It's an
miracle?
optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Uh-oh. The way he said old-fashioned leads me to believe this is some sort of,
By old-fashioned,
okay,
he means very right-wing.
there we go.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
I mean, flags got to be simple, though. That feels like a weird dig at flags, but all right. The flag is too complicated, then it loses a bit of the charm. Free shirt, why not? Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Okay. All right.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf.
Oh.
Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap on
A
the
little
mugs.
ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Okay.
There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean uncomfortable?
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
I don't think I like the owner of this apartment. Cynical, slippery
You
bastard.
ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard.
That's fair.
The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
Well, I think we know who lost their
I'm
mug.
beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and
Yes,
compare.
your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier.
Tenant looks at the
Whoever lives
mugs.
here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Hmm.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens.
It is a bit curious that if this dude is the weasel, like someone who's orchestrating the strike, it is a bit strange for him to do
An
that.
interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Okay,
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
true. Disinfectant in the room smells like chemicals. So this man did some cleaning recently then. So what's in the suitcase? Planning a trip, old boy? I like that. So, okay. Trying to put on my detective hat here, and I'm not really thinking of nothing. I still don't feel super comfortable about doing this, but can't get up there. Okay, good to know. We are also gonna check out the body again. I hate that I can't just click somewhere and walk to it. Tried signing into MGG Arena, but it asked my email and my email password. Are you sure it wasn't asking just for the magic password? The account for your magic account? We're gonna check out this dead body. Because I feel like I missed something.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched.
So I did go through everything, but
What do you see?
Hmm.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Why am I looking at this?
Because it's nice and orderly.
Oh my
Rolling
God. Are
pallets,
you
easy on the eyes.
fucking kidding me?
Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Elari Tal invented Eternite in the Vartna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
Guess I won't get. All right, you need to calm down, Kelly, because if that's a joke, it's not a good one. Don't try and bait people into putting their shit in my chat. Thankfully, none of my friends are stupid enough to do something like that, but this is like supposed to be a door. Okay, we're gonna go back to old Evrart and have a chat with him. So I've got my gears spinning a little bit. Why would... So I guess the real question remains with what do they mean by weasel, right? Is the weasel someone who is the weasel the guy who orchestrated the strike? Is he Because you wouldn't think typically, right, that a far right is someone who is, as far as we know in this moment, someone who's far right would side with. But I guess the other thing to take into consideration is that the union's probably not all sunshines and rainbows either, because this fat asshole is the one running it. So I'm wondering if it's a spite thing to sow division within the union, maybe.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Thanks, Tubbo.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
So I didn't have to roll a check for that one though.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Was that Measurehead's apartment, do you think? Why? Promise you this is gonna be good. Okay.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Okay.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Okay.
You mean our victim?
A
Yes.
security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
Okay.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Okay.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
So, are we setting this up as okay? So he's setting this up as if whatever happened to the guy was deserved. Clearly, he's implying that this dude is like a part of like basically a fucking Viking war path, right?
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutality.
See,
down
okay.
there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
I'd rather not, and I don't think it's because you're old. I think it's because you're a fat piece of shit.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
It's called hatred. Calm down, Victor. Is the girlfriend not a suspect? We don't know if there's a girlfriend or not. We just know there's some random dude hanging from a
One of them
tree.
got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Did he? Okay.
What makes you think the Wild Pines negotiator can't control them?
Okay, good question.
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
We're going back to that question,
We
Tubbo.
got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
So, okay. Okay. So now he's implicating his entire neighborhood here. So it was a big group of people, but the question is who.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Okay, so here's the other thing I'm thinking about, right? We don't have any other dead bodies. There's no indication that these guys, that the squad this dude is from, was out there fucking people up. Was out there shooting at people. The strike is still happening. Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Sure.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Yeah.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
But what happened that led up to it then?
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
Yes, he's talking about a mob within the Union.
So these idealists killed our victim?
Don't ignore Kim again, you fat piece of shit.
One
Okay.
day, Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist
Okay.
democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
That sounds His voice gives Weasel. Thanks for the stream today, BB. You're welcome, bud. Yeah, this guy is a weasel, although I'd more compare him to an overfed guinea pig. He wishes he was as skinny as weasels are.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Nah, this stinks. This stinks to high heavens. This makes no fucking sense. So this Titus Hardy guy, right? Killed this guy. Take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burning the land. Nah, this is fishy as fuck.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
What?
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people.
Slams his
That's
fist.
their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Okay.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
Okay.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security
Yeah.
contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Okay.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal.
Yeah, he is, but I don't. This still stinks.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Wait, isn't Liz? Uh. Am I tripping? No, because it would have brought that up, right? Sylvie. Okay, it was Sylvie. It wasn't Liz. Okay. I was like, hold on.
Wait, the girl by the whirling, who was keeping an eye on you, is he talking about her?
The old lady? You sent her to spy on
I did
me.
that, didn't I? She thinks
Okay.
of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase.
Okay.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them.
Okay.
Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
Okay. So there were 7.
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Whose apartment did we open for this slimy fuck?
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and
didn't-
Revachol in mind.
He's not answering Kim's questions either. He's answering some of them, but not all of them.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Where can I find
You know
them?
what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow.
Okay.
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
No, so I was thinking that it was, I thought Liz, at the beginning of the game, there was a co-bartender, the guy at the bar. I thought Liz was the name of the girl that used to work at the bar and then quit and left, but her name was Sylvie. Liz was the old lady in the wheelchair, I believe. No! Liz was the girl out front of the bar. It wasn't the old lady. Liz was the black lady that was sitting out front of the bar. Okay, we'll come back.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
But hold on. How did we not bust it wide open, Fatso? You just told us who did it.
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
This fucking...
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Okay. I'm getting so confused now because what the fuck is a dude like Measurehead doing? Fatso question mark? I'm offended. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and send it. Send the clip. I am not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. Is that supposed to mean I'm more lefty than you are? This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. So here's my thing, right? Did I miss that Measurehead was he also a scab or was he part of the union strike? Because he was the one who had the door to the office locked up. No, wasn't he? Because that, so,
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
Okay.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
We've already done something unethical.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Wasn't one of the abandoned rooms in the business district where we did the curse stuff? Wasn't that a boxing ring that was set up for to get youth off the streets as well? This feels like a scheme.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor.
Okay.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
Okay.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez. And
It's
maybe even
decent.
help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can. Deliberately.
See,
omitting
yeah.
things.
Okay. This is what I'm really hung up on. There's a lot. We're gonna take the
You
task.
bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a
Slime
pleasure to
bag.
be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
The trouble with the waterlock is from him. I already know that. I know that for a fucking fact.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
Runs his fingers through his thin hair. This dude is such a fucking sleazeball. I do want to increase my... Shit, which one is it? Is it Volition that gives me more morale? Where's your bestie at tonight? I don't know. He was on earlier. He might be out and about. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give ourselves some more volition. Because I feel like morale is gonna be pretty important leading into this stuff. He might have gone to bed already too. Sometimes he goes to bed early. Okay. I am still really curious about the tattoos. So I can't do that. Getting drunk with his cool friends, that's also possible. Having a life? Probably. Could I talk to Measurehead about that dude's tattoos?
The unpromising race pupil returns. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into... See, this is what I was talking about, okay? So Measurehead is someone that works for Everard, but he wants to talk about lefty socialism, but then this dude is also in his camp? A race realist? A phrenologist? Like, what are we doing? What am I missing? Fucking...
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did.
But... You work for a socialist... What am I... What am I missing with this is so
Also,
weird.
to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done.
Okay.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you.
Okay.
We are the future. That is all you need to know.
Born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
Why is he surrounded by white women?
No, I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne, and no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Think upon it.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
Jesus Christ.
The lieutenant does not flinch. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
The reason I say that is because this dude is a race like supremacist, and he talks about like his people, which are not these women. Clearly, this is, I believe, the Seminese are supposed to be a stand-in for black cultures, right? He's a race purist, but he's got 3 white women on his arm. He's a hypocrite, is what I'm trying to say. His whole character is that he's a, like the idea of like the critical racist, so to speak, is like he's a massive hypocrite. He's a fucking goober, essentially.
Bastards! We have. Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The physically impressive man tower has turned his attention back to the gates. He ignores your presence.
Oh my god. I might have to go AFK. My stomach feels like it's about to explode, honestly. So give me a second. Wait. Y'all can still hear the game. That's crazy. Alright, I'll be back. Give me like, I don't know, 10 minutes. I might actually I might actually end stream and come back when I'm good to go, because I feel like I'm gonna die. So give me a second. Chat is not going unhinged. I'm ending stream and I'll be back. I feel like I'm gonna die.